Hello and welcome to another edition of Sports Talk Philadelphia. I'm your host, Tommy McIntyre Jr. Well, it's happy holidays here at Sports Talk Philadelphia. Unfortunately for the Eagles, they lost another one. But we'll be talking about them as well as the Philadelphia Flyers. 6-game winning streak. It's looking nice for them right now. And we're going to talk a little Phillies. Winter meetings just got done. We'll be talking all that more after this.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello and welcome back. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles, guys, they're just keep putting up some L's up in this season, and I got two great guys that come on to talk a little Eagles, Josh Abrams and Elvis Chalakas. Thanks for coming on. So let's get right into it. Let's look at this game against the Cincinnati Bengals. It was another tough one. Definitely, at least I thought they would come into Cincy and at least play a lot better than what they did. The Packers game was a real bad, underwhelming game on Monday Night Football, and they really just did not show anything. And so I want to start with you, Josh. Just speak a little about what you saw in this game, starting with guys like Carson Wentz struggling, throwing 3 interceptions in this one. What did you see there, and what was your mindset going in, and what you feel watching this game?
Well, my mindset going into this game was that we were going to give Cincinnati, who was a 4-6-1 team at the time, a good fight. And at one point in the game, it was 29-0, and I think things weren't going Carson Wentz's way, and at least one of those interceptions was just either a batted ball or a deflection, whichever one it was. It's not 100% his fault, but it's just the icing on the cake for the way we came out and played overall. So, it was just a very pathetic outing in general. And, I said last week that we need to improve, and obviously we didn't. So time's starting to run out for that.
Now, Elvis, speak about how the defense really also has fallen off this season. When we started off at a really good pace, 3-0, everyone was really talking about Jim Schwartz and how well he changed the defense. And honestly, over the course of the last 4 or 5 games, it's going downhill for us. And we made some of those Bengals receivers look like A.J. Green, who's still hurt. So just speak a little bit about that.
Even the Bengals had people like wide receivers and running backs who were injured, and they were missing a few weapons, and they still clobbered us 29-0, like Josh said, in like the third quarter. It's not even just the defense. It's the whole team that didn't even show up for the whole game for 3 quarters. And then at the end of the game, they just had to tease us by making these great plays with on offense and on defense. And I don't know, it's just, there really is no way to say anything about this team right now, except that, things aren't going our way. The players aren't happy too well, and the coaches are getting some of the blame as well. And it's just not looking good. Not happy holidays for the Eagles at all.
Yes. Now, one guy that actually stepped up for the Philadelphia Eagles was Paul Turner. Now, he came in off the practice squad. A lot of people were calling for his name, especially with guys like Aguilar were struggling this season, and of course with Jordan Matthews wound up being out with an injury. He stepped up, had 6 receptions in the game. Speak a little about that, Elvis. We'll stick with you just to talk about where this guy, looking forward in the rest of the season, these last 4 games, will he be a difference maker out there on the field, especially considering that the wide receivers for the Eagles have struggled this season?
I personally think he will be a deciding factor and a great addition to this wide receiver corps. We already saw what he did in the preseason, and we were hyping this guy up for just get him on the team. That's what we said. And now we got him on the team. He had a very great game against Cincinnati Bengals, even though like some of those stats are kind of garbage time, but whatever. He had a nice really play, a deep drive on one of the plays that set us in good field position. But I think like he can catch the ball. That's what we need the most. And like with guys like Aguilar who are struggling, Jordan Matthews who's injured, and other players who are not stepping up to the plate and contributing to this team, we just need somebody like Paul Turner or somebody like Bryce Strikes to step up. So we desperately need somebody like him to step up and to at least contribute to the team and help us come to a victory, because it's not looking good for us.
Now, Josh, I mean, speaking about just some of the weapons out there, but particularly getting back to maybe the offensive line, and considering after Lane Johnson went out with his suspension, it seems like they haven't really ever figured it out either. And do you think that's playing in the part of why Carson Wentz play is going down? There's been lots of discussion about Carson Wentz mechanics and whether or not that's a deciding factor in his play kind of going downward. Give a little thoughts on the offensive line and everything.
Well, it has to have something to do with the offensive line, because I don't see Carson Wentz throwing 3 interceptions without a malfunction somewhere in that offensive line. Lane Johnson went down, so we had to replace him with, however you say his first name, Vaitai, and he's looked pretty terrible ever since he came in, and I guess there's really not much you can say with a rookie quarterback, and he's going to make his mistakes without a doubt, because he's young. It's his first year, but the offensive line just hasn't stepped up, and it really hurts not having Lane Johnson in there.
Yeah.
Let's go into picks of the week. They've got the Washington Redskins now at home. Their last 4 games, 3 of the last 4 games are going to be against division opponents. It'd be tough to lose another one, but I have them doing that. They just haven't proven anything to me now. I can't really keep picking the Eagles till they win one. I got Kirk Cousins. I got the Redskins winning this one 27-14. But Elvis, you have Paul Turner, who we just talked about, being a deciding factor in this one, 27-20. Why do you think the Eagles can pull this one out?
Well, first, Philadelphia and every single Eagles fan needs to do what I'm doing. Breathe in, breathe out. I mean, these so-called experts, like we were talking at the beginning of the season, they were predicting that we were going to be 5 wins, 6 wins with Carson Wentz. So in my own opinion, we're actually exceeding expectations, because the way we played in the beginning of the season and the way we're playing right now, even though we're losing games, we're not winning any games, we're actually doing pretty good for ourselves. This is still a rebuilding team, and I don't think that like people are calling for Doug Peterson's head on the silver platter from 12 games for a rookie coach and the inexperienced, jittery quarterback of Carson Wentz, who is making mistakes left and right. But it's part of the game. He's still a rookie, and I personally think that this team will be good eventually, but we just have to suffer through this year and keep realistic expectations, like we were back in before the Browns game, where we were thinking, oh, we're going to win 5-6 games, and here we are with 5-7 record. And I think so far we're pretty good, but it's just one step at a time for the Eagles, I think.
Now, Josh, you also have the Eagles. You have Darren Sproles as your MVP of this game. 28-24 final score. Why do you think the Eagles can finally get a nice win against a division opponent?
I think that this is a game where we can finally pull out of it. I know I've said that the past couple of weeks, but I feel like Darren Sproles is going to do his thing, as I've said before, and just come out of nowhere and shock the Redskins defense.
All right, well, that's going to do it for Eagles talk. Hopefully we can get a win this week against the Washington Redskins, a division opponent. Desperately need a game for them right now. But let's get into Phillies. Winter meetings just happened. Matt Klentak has spoke to the media recently about kind of where the team is and where it's going. In the future, kind of wanting to balance out a rebuilding team as well as getting some nice pieces in. Let's be honest about this team. Last year, they needed hitting. It looks like this offseason right now, they're going to look for some backup infield help. For the time being, maybe Andres Blanco comes back. But also a veteran hitter, possibly, a corner outfielder. That's the talk of the town. And also maybe bringing up a young talent in a Roman Quinn. Elvis, start us off of kind of where you think the Phillies are in their offseason. Do you think that they'll make a move? They put a Double Herrera out there maybe as trade bait, or do you think they'll stay pat and kind of just continue to rebuild? I mean,
Matt Klentak, I think, will basically just keep pat, and we won't make any like big blockbuster moves like the Nationals traded for Adam Eaton with all those prospects. But I think the Phillies are just looking for some relief pitching, what we got with Joaquin Benoit. And there are rumors that Andrew McCutchen might be interested in coming to this team, and we're just looking for utility players, like backup catchers, infielders, like you said, and it's just one step at a time. We are slowly getting into that mentality that we are going to be a competitive team. We're going to come out of this rebuilding process and just become competitive again. I mean, I'm hoping that it comes sooner rather than later, but we just have to wait and see.
Now, Elvis just mentioned Joaquin Benoit. The Phillies were able to get a relief pitcher. We can bring his graphic up. Josh, speak about this guy. He's a veteran reliever, 51 games, 3-1 record, 2.81 ERA last season. Very nice piece to have, especially in a bullpen where you're trying to get back who they started the season very good last year and kind of ended the season poorly. Speak about what he can bring to this team, especially in back of that bullpen.
Well, as you see on the graphic there, it does say he is 39 years old, and that definitely helps with getting our younger guys, our younger relievers, and even Genmar Gomez some veteran help. Benoit was on the 2013 Tigers team that went to the ALCS, so he definitely has some experience on the big stage, and it's definitely going to help having someone older. And he might be in his, last few years or so. But, having someone in there that has experience definitely helps our younger guys, because we can't just go along for, the rest of the time with younger guys not knowing how to pitch on, in the major leagues. So.
Now, Elvis, Pete Mackanin really, during the end of that season, really was adamant to the media and to the public that they need some hitting, they need some bats. Do you think that the young guys on this team can step up? I mean, you want to see players improve their hitting. Obviously, we made some coaching changes. Now Matt Stairs is the new hitting coach. I don't honestly know how much that's going to help in terms of our hitting, but it is a change in that area of the team, and that's going to be something they're working on. Where do you think the team goes from here in that department?
There will be just improvements step by step, in my own opinion. I think the team will just gradually keep improving and increasing, especially with the talent coming up, like Jorge Alfaro, Roman Quinn, like you mentioned before. And it's just, I don't know how Matt Stairs will improve this team, but maybe they will try to hit more long balls, because Matt Stairs really loved the long ball back in the day. But I think the coaches will have to trust the players. I mean, obviously, and then I keep mentioning this, but it's just one step at a time. We have to see how well this team performs the winter meetings are going on right now, so we have to see what kind of moves we have to make, what kind of hitters we will get in advance, and what will be in the foreseeable future for the Phillies. But
now, Josh, a guy I'm trying to think of, a guy that the Phillies fans especially want to see improve is Maikel Franco, right. A guy who has so much potential but is just very inconsistent. His average has always dips below 260. It's not someone where you want an upper echelon player, a guy you hope to be an all-star can be at. Is he a guy that you need to see by next year to improve in order to feel comfortable with him at third base, where he can be a really deciding factor?
Absolutely. It was only his second year this year, so I think that's kind of the cutoff, after the sophomore season. But this season, I want to see at least a 260 batting average, as you just said, out of Maikel Franco. He was our best hitter, if you're not going to, I guess Ryan Howard had the most home runs, I think.
Herrera was probably overall the best guy, average-wise, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Franco is going to be our power hitter for the future, and we need him to have a consistent batting average, because if he is going to be our main hitter in terms of hitting the long ball but doesn't have a great batting average, that's not going to work out for a rebuilding process. So we need to see at least a 260 batting average out of Franco before we start putting him on the trade talks by the time 2018 comes along.
Mm-hmm. Now, quickly, Elvis, speak on maybe possibly young guys coming up this year, guys like Nick Williams. Do you think he's a guy that we could look out for in this upcoming season?
It's just a whole group of the people from the Reading Phillies and the Iron Pigs. They're just coming up and getting to the major leagues, getting some experience. We all have to look out for them. We'll see how they perform in the season, and just have them gain some more experience. And it's going to be very exciting to see possibly the future of the Phillies on the field and the major leagues on the show, playing in Citizens Bank Park. So we just have to wait and see.
All right, I like what I hear. That's going to do it for Phillies Talk. We'll be back with Dana Pecora to come on and talk some Phillies. Josh Abrams is going to stick around. I want to thank Elvis Shalakis for coming on to talk Eagles and Phillies. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Rocking around at LTV.
In the joyful studio. Crew members around where you can see.
Everybody wants to go.
Running around the studio.
We get the sets ready.
Later we'll talk about some sports.
And you'll have something to see.
Q&A brings a special kind of feeling when you win.
We're here to help your TV watching
with the news of joyful tidings.
Rocking around the community.
And there's a lot we have to say. Everyone recording merrily in the old South TV way. But okay, because it's like, but it's in the and the all Sam TV. Let me all just burst into applause.
And we're back. Well, the Philadelphia Flyers, 6 in a row for them right now. They're looking really nice. Record of 15-10-3. And I want to welcome Dana Pecora on to talk some Flyers with us. Josh Abrams sticking around. Thanks for coming on, Dana. Let's start with you. This team right now is looking good, right? I mean, we knew all year that they were doing well in offense. I mean, goals per game, 4th in the league with 3.1 a game average, and their player play has been really nice at 2nd in the league. So we knew their offense was nice, but now it seems like their goaltending is getting a little bit better. Mason's playing well. Speak a little about what you've seen in these last 6 games.
Yeah, our problem seemed to have been the defense. As you said, the offense was never really the struggle or the issue, and we've seen Mason really pull through these past couple games on a 6-game win streak, and that would not have been possible if the defense didn't really, and Mason didn't step up. Provorov has stepped up tremendously, shutting down one of the best offenders, Yager, the other day. So he and Mason have really pulled this defense together and are a huge part of the reason why we're on our 6-game win streak.
Now let's look at the Flyers' stats so far this season. Obviously, Josh, getting a nice play from Mason over these last games has been really great, especially with Norworth going out. And Giroux stepping up big in some games, getting some goals scored now. We always knew he was good at getting the points with assists, but now he's added some goals. Speak a little about what you've seen from the captain.
I've seen just flat-out leadership from the captain. As you just said, he wasn't really in the scoring column as of late, but he really was doing what he had to do to help this team win. And whether that means going on a goal slump or just helping out the team by providing assists, he is a huge reason why we are on this winning streak. And in the last 5 games, I'd like to point out, I think, Dana, you mentioned something earlier about the defense. We haven't given up more than 3 goals in the last 5 games and 9 goals total in the last 5 games. So it's just a great sight to see our defense just, to start stepping up. Yes, it's awesome to see us scoring goals and getting leadership, providing leadership from Giroux and Simmons and Voracek, but what impresses me the most right now is that defense that's really stepping up.
Now, we mentioned the goalies. We can look at the goalies on the year so far, and honestly, the first 17 games, they gave up 60 goals, but the last 25 now, last 11 games now, we're looking a lot better. Only giving up 3.5 average, right? So we're doing a lot better, and we mentioned that data. Obviously, the help of guys like Wayne Simmons, consistent goal scorers, and people in front of the net, and now you can get some solid defensive play helping out Mason. That's going to go a long way, and hopefully continue maybe this winning streak or at least this good play. Yeah,
it's huge. Like I said, we've been saying it over and over. Simmons is obviously up there with goals. Voracek, Giroux, they're prominent players in our offense, and what we were missing was that defense, we were waiting for that defense and the goalies to gel and really to come into their own, and it's huge now that it's happening, and it's evident in the 6 games that we've now won significantly too. 3 of them were overtime wins, so that's something that's still a little scary, and we're hoping that we can just start winning these games outright, because it is a little scary to have to watch extra time. But I think that definitely Mason playing well is huge. It's huge.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for Flyers Talk. We're going to get into Fast Five right now. So let's get right to that. Oh, my gosh.
Merry Christmas.
Is that Santa Claus?
Hello. Yes, it is.
Oh, no.
Santa Claus is coming early this year. Hello.
Hi.
Well,
Santa.
First of all, I've got some gifts for you sports line people.
Santa, you didn't have to.
Right
really,
here.
thank you so much.
Right here, for you, Dana. This is a Phillies Flyers foam hand from 1974.
Thank you.
We found it in the dumpster behind the TV studio.
I can smell it.
Yeah. Moving on to Josh. You look like the kind of kid who likes to go swimming, and for you, we have dive sticks.
Oh, that's great.
wow.
Oh, wow.
You spend hours in the pool. It might be cold outside, but it won't be cold in the pool in your heart. All right.
Oh, something
take it
for me?
over here.
Oh, man.
Here. For, just a great host. This is a Catholic League
Basketball trophy.
basketball trophy that-
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah, it belongs to Kevin Cook. I took
Oh,
it out of
man.
his room last
Oh,
night.
man. Thanks so much.
Yes,
Thanks so much, Santa.
Thanks,
Appreciate this.
Santa.
oh, no
Thank you,
problem at
Santa.
all.
I love it.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Oh, we got cookies too?
Cookies?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Get that in there. Oh, all right. Oh, yeah. Can we pass that out to the crew, maybe? Is that... oh, no, it's different for you, Santa? All right, all right. All right, well, we're about to do Fast Five, Santa. You want to stick around? A little Fast Five questions?
All right.
Yeah, all right.
Sam's ready. Sam's
All right,
always
let's
ready.
go. Are we going to have a white Christmas in Philly this year, Santa? What do you think?
Well, global warming is a huge issue, so I'm going to say no. Santa's been very conscientious this year. I could potentially go out of business in the next 5 years, but yeah, I guess if the people keep buying stuff, I might have to stick around, but the no snow thing is rough.
Oh, man. I guess the next question for you, I mean,
Yeah.
you are a guy that it has the naughty and nice list. I mean, maybe you have a Philly sports. I mean, maybe you've seen how we've struggled. Is there coal in stockings of Philly sports teams? Any hope this year?
Well, Carson Wentz, I mean, he was at LaSalle Bible Study, so I don't think he believes in me. So I have a couple of problems with that. So I don't know. Cole? Like some of these Philly guys, I don't know. Who's the pitcher for the Phillies? That guy, I don't know.
I don't know either, Santa.
The only team I follow is the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, is it closer
Yes.
to the North Pole? That's why?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, it's
It's
a
just a
little
little
chillier
bit?
down there. Me and Mrs. Claus, we go to the games, we hang out, maybe drink a beer or two.
Oh,
But you
nice.
know what? It's fine. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh, wow. All right. Oh, Santa. You really shocked us with this one, man. Oh, man. All right, let's go to Dana. You got Santa next to you, Dana. What jersey are you going to want to ask Santa for Philadelphia sports jersey, maybe?
Santa, can I have a Provorov jersey, please, from the Flyers?
That's a no. I'm sorry. I can get you
All right.
a Hasek jersey. That we have those on. We have a whole bin of Hasek jerseys from way back in the day. So we'll be bringing those
I
out.
don't know, Santa. I really wanted the Provorov jersey.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen.
Oh, man.
All
Santa.
right, but
harsh.
maybe
That
we
is
can get the
harsh.
7th game win streak then.
Yeah, can we get that
There
at
we go.
least?
Can we get that?
Santa's going to give you his blessing.
There we go.
All right. I appreciate that, Santa. Old St. Nick trying to give us some good stuff. All right, let's go to Josh. So we talked about the Eagles. We talked about Paul Turner. Over under 6 receptions. He had 6 receptions in the Cincinnati game. Will he have that in this upcoming week against the Redskins?
I think this is a game where he can break out, maybe even more than he did in Cincinnati. I'll give him 8 receptions for this game.
8 receptions. Ooh, we're going up there. How do you like that, Santa?
I only root for the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, man.
Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, man. All right, Dana. Who wins? We got Edmonton Oilers next. Do they get the W in this one, the Philadelphia Flyers?
Yeah, 7th game win streak. Let's do it. Flyers.
You're holding up a Phillies thing.
No, it says flying Hawaiian.
That's
Victorino.
Victor. Have you been to Hawaii, Santa? I mean, I don't know. Did you get that
Santa
climate?
said this is a Flyers and Phillies hand. Did you not?
I just said Phillies. I don't know. We found
You
it in the
said
dumpster.
Flyers.
But I'm turning the tables a little bit here. You do a lot of talking on this show.
I know.
I've
That
been
is what it's
watching.
called, Sports Talk, yeah.
Every night that I go to sleep, I fall asleep watching Sports Talk, and I can't help but think, I miss the Tyler Harper days.
Oh,
when,
man, Tyler Harper.
He would let, other people talk, though. And,
Would he?
And so I'm a little concerned. So what do you have on your Christmas list this year?
What do I have? I don't know. These finals, man. Can you bless me with some decent grades? I don't know. That's all I'm looking for this Christmas time.
Spark Notes? That's all
Spark
I got.
Notes? Is that what it is? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if they have Spark Notes for journalism, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, I don't know. But also, another quick question.
Are you getting deep here? Is this like an emotional testament?
Can someone please zoom in on my face?
Oh, man, he's getting the crew involved in this show, man.
I think there's something that you should think about. As the face of Sportsline.
Sports Talk, but it's okay.
Oh yeah, that one. As Christmas is rolling around this year, I want you to look around. Look around at all your crew members. Those are the true family you should be celebrating with. The ones that truly matter. And here on LaSalle TV, we're all about the Christmas spirit. And Santa, I'm a huge fan, but I think you guys need to, take a step back. Maybe it's not about the Philadelphia sports this year. Maybe it's about the crew. Maybe it's about the people.
crew. I want to get some of those cookies out. Can I give you a little?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, can we do it?
Yeah,
oh
fine.
man,
You guys can hand
Santa.
some of those cookies out.
Oh
yeah.
man.
Can I take one?
Yeah, take one. Eat it. Go for it.
Thanks, Santa. This
Santa, I
makes
really
up for
appreciate
only
it.
giving
I
me
don't
a
need the
Phillies
cookie. I'm still
foam
talking
finger
as a
and not
host
a
right now.
Flyers.
Fair enough.
Wow. Well, Santa, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Yeah, no
It's been really great. Do you need to are you having any more stops along the way? You going around any other places around Philly, LaSalle?
Well, I was thinking about, I don't know, going down, hanging out at City Hall for a bit. Maybe ringing a bell or two. Trying to get some change so I can actually catch us up to back up north. But I don't know.
I don't know if that's the way it works, Santa. Usually that goes to charity. I don't know. Are you your own charity at this point?
There's some things that you should ask, and there's some things you should not ask.
I guess, like, maybe not.
But you know what? I'm down here in Philadelphia. It's what, December something? I don't know.
It's the 8th.
Yeah, I know. I got a lot of preparation to do. And I just want to come down, maybe make an appearance
how
or two.
the elves doing out there? Are they doing all right? They still. It seems like you're not doing a lot of work. You're coming down here helping us out. You get it.
I'm tired. That's honest about it. Santa's struggling just a little bit.
Santa's struggling. Well, you only got a couple weeks left, Santa. Then you can take a nice. Go to Hawaii. Why not? You ever go to Hawaii?
Go to Hawaii.
I sweat a lot.
You
so
sweat?
That's probably
Are you
a no.
a sweater? May have to shave that beard.
Yeah,
November's
I know.
over, man.
But okay, I gotta ask. As we're going into Christmas break, like, what do you think? What is going to happen with Philadelphia sports over this next couple of months?
I don't know, man. I'm a Sixers fan, so hopefully Ben Simmons comes back. That's my Christmas wish. Just Ben Simmons comes back healthy, get a little bit left of that. Eagles not looking too good.
I'm thinking the Flyers are going to pull it out.
Flyers
for
may
us.
pull it out.
Yes.
We have playoffs in our future for the Flyers.
And then maybe I can get myself a real
yeah.
Flyers foam
and the
finger
Phillies,
and not
maybe
just the Phillies
maybe see
one.
some young guys come up for the Phillies. So we're 2017. Let's hope for a good year, right?
2017, great year. That's what I'm thinking. As
2016 behind us. 2017, here we come.
Yeah, as long as the polar ice caps don't melt, then Santa.
I didn't know
will continue to
Santa
have
was
a
such
job.
like a scientist over here. I'm so
Listen.
surprised.
Can I ask Santa a question?
We're almost out of time, but go for it.
Do you trust the process?
Santa does trust.
Oh
the
man,
Yeah.
that's how you end it right there. That's going to do it here for Sports Talk Philadelphia Christmas edition. I want to thank Dana Pecora, I want to thank Josh Avon, Elvis Chilakis, and of course, Old St. Nick, Santa Claus, coming to set to give us little gifts. Really appreciate it. You can see this all on LaSalle TV, YouTube. You can get us on Twitter, Facebook, pretty much anything. Please come back. This will be our last show for this semester, but we'll be back in January. So thank you so much. Let's wrap it up. Peace.
Oh.